As time passed, I master my powers. I dey sense juju by touch.
Now this knife, they take.
Did you have any dilemma, accepting and embodying this character?
So the issue for me would have been how is it portrayed? As a guy who has had lost some things and from really little in his life, his mother has cooked him, their family has it, so there's nothing much he could do. And I know that the people whose reality is this. What I did was portrayed as much as possible and not let it hinder my fate or promote it in such a way that it's now making you use it against what you should do.
I read you say that vengeance is a double-edged sword, right? Can you tell me about that in relation to your character, Bokeh?
When you hold people down, you stay down. When you're trying to kill people, you're killing yourself as well. And that's what it means. So in this film, you see him going for the things that he thought at the real things, and it gets to the end and like, okay, it was the things are not as I thought. So yeah.
What was your most exciting scene to shoot?
I think my first fight sequence, the one with Tough, because it took me months to rehearse and prepare for that. So eventually getting it out of the way was like, okay, I've shot the scene finally.
Shooting a gun for the first time.
Yes.
Tell me about that experience.
I shot a gun for the first time, and after I shot it, I was scared. It was so beautiful. You know, when we watch all these foreign films and we guys, gun is not all this banger. I feel like a lot of people don't really know what it sounds like, especially when you have to do it in a room. The sound is deafening, honestly, but it was nice. I liked it that game.
I want to know if there are any similarities between you and Chisom.
No.
Outright no.
Not at all. A little. Chisom is a lover girl. I'm a lover girl. Chisom has a good head on her shoulder. Yes, and I do as well. But playing Chisom was very interesting because she's very different from any character that I've played before. And Chisom stressed me. She emotionally, physically, mentally stressed me. But I love it.
I saw you doing James Bond in this trailer.
Oh, it felt good. It felt good. Like, like, so boys like action films. We've been playing with guns all our life. And then on this one, Tosi did well to actually bring, like, what would I call them? Like proper set guns who had like you would hear the sound, you would feel it was heavy. Like proper real guns, that acting guns. So yeah, it was really good. Dummies, basically, but it was great. It felt good.
All right. Tell me about your character.
I play the character of Rogbar. Rogbar is a broken man, a guy who had only one family member left, and for some reason he lost that family member, and the drama just ensues. It just cascades to this very ugly, episode that was happening the entire time. So yeah, it was a lot of work as regards performance because it was deep. It had a lot of depth. It had a lot of range. I laughed. I cried as a character. So yeah, it was tough, but I'm happy that I think I was able to pull it off.
Is there any similarities between you and Rogba?
I love family, and then most of my past I was raised up in the ghetto. So like I grew up in Festac Town, the police barrack axis of Festac Town. So yeah, it was so that I could resonate with, and then it just helped me perform. So yeah.
How about any differences? Like, is there something he did that you would never ever do?
He likes food too much. I don't like so much food.
And tell me about the experience working with Tosin Igho.
I'm a big fan of Tosin Igho, and I don't say that lightly because I think he's a genius. One of the first things that jumped out for me was his temperament. He's a very calm guy, very chill, but also very knowledgeable. Like, he's one of the brightest people. He's well-read when it comes to film, and he still is able to be humble about it. He gives the actors a great environment to perform. He's very collaborative. You can see the love his team members have for him. So when I came and I saw the love and respect they had for him, I just couldn't help but fall in line.
There's the themes of vengeance and African spirituality explored in Suspicion. So what are you trying to say about African spirituality, about vengeance and justice through Suspicion?
First of all, with the film, the main message I'm trying to portray, even you see with what the character goes through, is no matter what you go through, if you persevere, you can actually conquer whatever you're going through and understand. And it's a mission for me as well, because making this film was when I wrote the film and I said I'm going to make this film. First thing was, are you sure? Can you make this film? Will it work? And Nigerians interested. And I'm here today, and the film is on like Prime Original, and it's going there. Jonas was saying. So my thing is, my hope is people watch this film because of it's a fresh intake to the industry. Even like I said, even you watch the trailer and stuff, like even with the grade, we went for grit. It's not beautiful. There's grain. There's, do you understand? We're hoping that it can be accepted and loved, so we kind of understand that we don't all have to like travel in one direction. There can be a diverse catalog of types of films and genres in the industry that can excel. And in other independent makers that want to tell specific stories can say, you know what, I can't make a horror film if I make it well. I can't, do you understand what I'm saying? It's, we don't have to all just say, no, this won't. Because if it's done well, then maybe, you get what I'm saying? So that's what I'm hoping that this does. People see it and people love it. Then I'm like, okay, yes, look, people want to see this. As a director, what makes you different is what makes you special. So why are we making a diverse catalog? Why are we all just, do you understand what I'm saying? I basically had a dream, and in the dream, I saw a figure of someone walking away, dressed the way the character is supposed to be dressed, and that then got me to wake up and start envisioning what this character was and who he was. And then I made a short film about the story, 2008. Just like a short version of like at the point where the character is already who he is, and he's the point. I then started researching, and then it led me to start watching Harry Potter, Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, and all that. And I started thinking to myself, okay, like maybe Harry Potter and all this stuff. Who would this be? If you were to have a character like this, what would it be in Nigeria? Who would it be? Where would it come from? And how would he relate with the industry? Because I mean, you know how Nigerians are. So the perspective was then, that's how I started molding and becoming this character who is from a background of a family that has been into juju and stuff like that. And he's now trying to negotiate that world, and something happens to him. So the events in this story makes him who he is. So this is like the origin, this is the beginning. So this was planned to be more.
Tell me about your experience being on Suspicion.
My experience being on Suspicion was absolutely great. I really would like to do it all over again. Yes, and I hope to do it again. Tosin, are you listening?
Tell me about one way you had to push yourself in this film.
The entire role was a challenge for me, but in the best way possible. So when I got the call for this, and he said, oh, there's something I'd like you to do, and then he said what it was. I'm like, wait, hold on. Do you know who you're talking to, right? Because the character is nothing like my person. We have nothing in common. So that alone was then, okay, you know what, I need to go do homework, my research, but I just really appreciate the fact that he saw and believed that I could pull it off, even more so than I did. I'm hoping that Benga gets, again, part 2. This is me saying it, putting it into the ether, right? He should throw a few punches. He should maybe shoot. He should have a driving scene or something, but nothing uncomfortable, nothing so, out of my wheelhouse, basically.
What was your character's significance to Voke's life in this story?
My character needed him to find who was killing his... because Voke was almost like a detective to me. I was trying to find out who was killing my colleagues, my business associates. Police couldn't help me. The chief of police couldn't help me, and he was the best person to get that done. So the rest is history when you go to watch it.
What do you think about African spirituality, personally?
Personally, I think it's real. And I know it's real because I'm a born-again Christian. I love Jesus. And for that to exist, I also understand the other side exists. So it's very potent, to deny its existence is an exercise in error. Yes.
I saw the trailer and you managed to be to play an intimidating character so well.
Right.
What helped you? What influences did you draw from to play that so well?
Being an actor is all about understanding human beings. If you understand, you learn not to judge yourself, or even better, not to judge any character you play.
So there was something in this story where Voke was on like a vengeance quest. In your own life personally, what have you learnt about vengeance?
Well, it doesn't pay. Vengeance doesn't pay because what has happened has happened. You see, if you continue to go on a vengeance journey, what do you? That person that is dead is dead.
You're a veteran Nollywood actor. We grew up watching you. What do you think about how Nollywood is now, especially how actors promote themselves compared to when you were younger? What's your opinion?
When we were younger, I would tell you we did that voluntarily. We were not looking at the money. It's the passion we had for it, the appreciation. But then it's not. Life is no longer like that. Right now we've gone digital. I agree that we've gone digital, but I think there's still a lot to do when it comes to artistics and groom people, interpret the script, interpret a role the way it should be interpreted. It's not just looking at the money, I'm acting for the money, jumping from one to another. No, we're not like that. Then we took our time to rehearse, we took our time to look at the character, we took our time to even master not just our line, but the other person's life, so that when it fails, we know where to meet up.
What do you think about the genre itself, that they used to tell this story, like supernatural crime thriller?
I think it's something that Nigerians should try and dive into. We've tried in the comedy, we've tried in action. I think we're Africans, we are Nigerians. Some of us believe in the supernatural, so why don't we tell our stories where the people in the diaspora would want to know what is going on in our country and in our culture. So yeah, I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it's a fantastic route to follow, and I think other filmmakers should follow that route too as well.
It get plenty things where they happen for this life. Sometimes it pass within man fit handle.